What is up, car addicts? So Rockstar has released a ton of new information on the brand new 2022 summer DLC, including a trailer with confirmed new cars, missions, release date. It's all here, the wait is over. So first we're going to dive into the Newswire, and then we'll do a trailer breakdown using screenshots from the trailer as well. And I just want to clarify here, as I get the question a lot, even though it was already confirmed by Rockstar in the Newswire from a couple weeks ago. This new DLC is for all platforms, meaning PS4, Xbox One, PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X/S. So, at the very top of the Newswire, we see the new cover art / trailer thumbnail for this DLC, including the front end of a new Pegassi supercar, which of course we already know is based on the 2022 Lamborghini Countach. And in the grille, we can see the name of the car, which is Terrero, just like the old one. However, there are two other letters that are added to that name, which I really can't make out here, but we get a better look of that later in the trailer breakdown portion of this video. Continuing, we see a new Benefactor sports car, which looks to be based on the Mercedes SLR Sterling Moss, an absolutely gorgeous car. And of course, right in the center here, we have the name of this DLC, which is officially called the Criminal Enterprise. Scrolling down here, we see the official release date of Tuesday, July 26th for this DLC, which is amazing, only a few days away, and again, it's for all platforms. Moving along, they make some IRL references / parodies of current events happening in the world, such as how the economy is in crisis, the gas prices are high, and how there's a large heat wave as well, which I find pretty ironic how Rockstar referenced that in game. But anyways, they talk about how the IAA missions they teased a couple weeks ago will involve the Duggan family, plus new expansions to our existing businesses, and new contact missions as well. And they go on to talk about the increased payouts across a range of gameplay, as they mentioned in the Newswire as well from a couple weeks ago, plus new modes, vehicles, collectibles, special events, and a new showroom floor where players can test drive or purchase new cars on the spot. I've been asking for a car dealership in GTA Online for years to make it a little more realistic. I talk about it quite a bit in my live streams, so I'm glad they're finally adding that. Continuing, they talk about how all business activities and sell missions will be available in private sessions, which is a game changer for sure for players who want more security and a more guaranteed selling experience. Continuing, they go on to give us a little breakdown as to what each business will be getting in terms of expansion. So for the executive business, also known as the CEO business, there will be a brand new staff member in your office named Lupe, who can help you source crates for that business, which is awesome, plus new shipments of special cargo, which will spawn outside of your warehouse and are deliverable to the docks. Plus 2 new special cargo types, which give us even more variety to the crate missions, which is awesome as well. Moving along to the biker business, they state that the clubhouse will get a free upgrade, which allows you to modify client bikes and deliver them to the customer, which is basically a bike version of the auto shop from the Tuners update. I absolutely love that, that's very cool. Plus new clubhouse contracts, and also the addition of AIs spawning in your clubhouse bar, which is kind of interesting, with added bar resupply missions, which I guess is kind of like a mini nightclub in that regard. I'm sure there will be a safe that fills up in your clubhouse as well, which will probably be very similar to the nightclub. Moving along to the next screenshot, we see one of the new rifles, which looks to be inspired by an M16. Moving on to the gun running business, which is the bunker business. You will be able to deliver part of your weapons at ammunition stores, which is very cool, and there will be new resupply missions as well. Plus, you will be able to call Agent 14 to help you increase bunker research progress by completing certain missions. Continuing to the nightclub, a new contact named Johan will be able to source goods for you for your nightclub, and you will be able to call Tony for club management missions, including the 2 new ones added as well. Plus, you will be able to remove troublesome and passed out AIs from your nightclub, which I find very funny. And those are the expansions for the 4 existing businesses. I'm glad Rockstar is finally giving some love to those old businesses, which was very much needed. Moving along, they talk about the new IAA missions where Agent ULP will contact you for that mission, which is called Operation Paper Trail, investigating the Duggan family, which you can do with up to 4 players, or of course, solo. Continuing, they talk about how we will be getting new cars throughout the summer, which definitely confirms that there will be drip feed for this update. However, 2 of the new cars will be eligible for Imani Tech, which is very good news. And of course, we get a look at one of the new cars here, which looks to be a 4-door muscle car, most likely based on the 1978 Plymouth Fury, mixed with the 1977 Dodge Monaco. Definitely an interesting choice there, probably not my first choice, but anyways, they state that we will be getting new tuner vehicles, which is incredible. Hopefully they revert that nerf that they gave them. I really hope they do that because those cars just drive really awful right now. Plus there will be new Benny's cars for this update as well. And for those of you next-gen console users, there will also be new HSW cars. So that right there confirms that HAL and the HSW stuff will remain exclusive to the next-gen consoles. Plus, they talk about how there will be new customization added for several OG vehicles, which I'm very, very excited about. And continuing here, we look at one of the new cars, which looks to be an Obey sports car, primarily based on the Audi e-tron GT, which of course is an electric car in real life. Very, very cool there. And lastly here on Newswire, they talk about the nerf for the Oppressor Mark II, the ability to get snacks and armor easier during PvP, most likely through the interaction menu, plus the increase in payouts for races, adversary modes, original heists, doomsday heists, bodyguard and MC members, and more. So very exciting there. It was about time. I'm sure most of you guys are tired of grinding Gaioperico over and over and over again. Hopefully these increased payouts on old heists and activities make it a bit more worth our time. So that's pretty much it for the Newswire. Now let's break down the trailer where there are even more cars teased and details as well. Now because of Rockstar's copyright, I can't show the full trailer, so we're going to be looking at screenshots of the important new content from this trailer. But again, if you want to see the full trailer, I'll leave that linked down below in the description. So starting off, we see what looks to be a new helicopter, which I'm very excited about since we haven't had a new one in about 2 years. Next up, we get another look at that 4-door muscle car we talked about from the Newswire with some interesting customization on there. And on the right side here, we see a car we already have in game, which is the Sentinel Classic. However, if you look closely, you'll see it has a new livery and Benny's wheels as well. So that means that this is most likely a Benny's Sentinel Classic custom. Very, very cool there. Continuing, we get a look at the new car dealerships they talked about in the Newswire. And this location is at the Luxury Autos dealership in the city. And here we see the Turismo R we already have in game in there. However, it has new customization added to it, including a new livery and rear spoiler as well. And continuing, we get a look at the front end of the Audi e-tron GT we saw earlier. In the next shot, we see a brand new Declasse off-roader, which looks to be based on the Chevy Beast concept that was shown at the SEMA show last year, which has since been renamed to simply the Chevy Off-Road Concept, even though I personally prefer Beast Concept, but anyways. And in the background here, we see what looks to be the Visor Neo we already have in game, so it could be more customization available for the Neo. However, the proportions do seem a little off to me, plus the mirrors are also different. So it could definitely be something else, maybe an SUV or a new sports car, something like that. But based on the customization I can see on it, it definitely looks like the Neo to me, or maybe another version of that, like the Spiker D12 SUV, or maybe something completely different, we're not sure. Continuing to the next scene, we see the back end of the new Benefactor sports car from earlier, which again looks to be based on the Mercedes SLR Sterling Moss, plus the back end of the new Countach, the Pegassi supercar, where we can see the name at the back a bit more clearly here as Torero H something, HO or KO something O. I have no idea. As we know, Rockstar loves to put random letters after the name of a car for a new variant, but it's definitely one of those two, HO or KO or something like that. Continuing, this one is very, very exciting. A new variant of the Obey 9F. That is awesome. Of course, that car is based on the Audi R8, and this new version looks to be based on the second generation Audi R8. Very, very fitting. Continuing, we see another new rifle, which looks to be based on the Bolt Action Long Rifle. And in the next shot, we see a new version of the BF Weevil, which will most likely be called the BF Weevil Rat Rod or something like that. Very, very cool. And in this next shot, arguably the most crazy and mind-blowing thing from this trailer, that new Declasse off-roader we talked about earlier, driving or racing on Gallo Perico, which very, very exciting. Now, it's not confirmed if Gallo Perico will be available in free mode, or maybe it's only restricted to certain missions or races or stuff like that, but it's very exciting regardless. Continuing, we see arguably the most highly requested car for GTA Online. The modern Camaro is finally here. Thank you, Rockstar. It was about time. We see a Declasse logo in the grille, which confirms the brand. Plus, in terms of a design, we see the headlights from the facelifted 6th generation Camaro with the grille from the ZL1, which is just amazing, absolutely beautiful. And that's pretty much it. The rest of the trailer is pretty much just filler content in there, explosions and stuff like that. If you want to see the full trailer, again, I will leave it linked down below in the pinned comment. But regardless, this is a very, very exciting update for sure, with tons of highly requested payout increases, missions, vehicles, upgrades to older and newer cars. I mean, it's just like a dream update. It really, really is cool. Instead of Rockstar just adding a whole new random update and kind of forgetting about the old stuff, I'm really glad they're going back to adjusting some of the old stuff. Quality of life changes. I mean, this is the update we needed for GTA Online. Anyways, guys, hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Remember to grind as much money as you can for this update, and I'll see you in the next one.